All right, so make sure when you're doing hip thrusters that you don't overextend and get into your low back and take the tension off of your glutes. Make sure you're focused and you're isolating and you're getting that iso hold at the top of every rep on your glutes. When you're performing the kettlebell RDL, make sure you choose a weight that is heavy, but you have to make sure as you're coming down that you're loading your weight back onto your heels, as well as trying to load your glutes as you go down to the bottom. Make sure your feet are close together. Make sure that the kettlebell comes right in between your toes. Immediately after performing your kettlebell RDL, split your feet into a sumo stance, and again, focus on trying to bring the kettlebell back towards your heel as you come down into deadlift rather than bringing it further forward towards your toes. When performing the 45-degree glute hip hyper, as you're driving up, I want to make sure that what you're trying to do is take your hips and drive them into the pad using your hip extension to make sure your glutes activate. Now, as you're lowering the weight back down to the bottom, or if you're doing a body weight rep, make sure that you're taking your glutes and trying to raise them up towards the ceiling so you can push them back and make sure that they get a full stretch as you're going down in the negative portion of the rep. It's also important to note that you can vary your stance of your feet from week to week or even set to set, from a close stance to a wider stance set. When it comes to hip circle kickbacks, I highly suggest that you go on Amazon and you order a 3-pack of hip circles. They're gonna be a lot more tension and they're gonna be a lot better for your glute work, and eventually you can work up to the smaller ones that will have more tension. They're pretty inexpensive too. When performing the hip circle banded adduction on the bench, make sure you use your hands for leverage so that you can get more tension and create more torque as your knees drive out, okay? This one's not rocket science, but make sure your mind-muscle connection is working. For your booty day finisher, we're gonna do a few movements back to back. And your reps can either be 10, 15, or 20. Now these should get your heart rate up and they shouldn't be massively heavy. Okay, so make your adjustments. I'm gonna use a 12-pound med ball.